Alright, this is Fakafon's review of Borderlands. Now, this game makes me perplexed. I'm gonna explain why, but for some reason, this game, there's just something about this game that doesn't work, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Now, I've talked to my friends about this game, and I've watched a couple of reviews on internet and in magazines, and when I talk to people, they say it's a good game, but when I check the reviews, they say it's a bad game. So, of course, I was torn between good and bad, so I had to check out the game for myself, so I played on my friend's Xbox 360. And what I thought of it, well, I honestly think it's not a very good game, but, okay, I don't really know how to explain this. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I've done up to now in the game, and then you'll be able to judge. Yeah, that should work. So you start the game in a bus with like 4 people and a fat guy just insulting each of them, except the thug because he's like too strong or something. So there's 4 guys. There's the soldier. That guy is good with rifles and he can like summon a turret. There's the sniper guy. He's good with snipers and revolvers, and he can like he can attack with a bird. There's the girl guy. There's the girl. She can turn invisible, and I don't remember what she's good with. And then there's the thug. That guy, he's good with his melee attacks. And at first I thought that would be really good, because I thought, I was gonna go in there with like a pipe or I don't know, a sword, a mace, and just kick some ass. But it turns out there's no actual melee weapon. It's just a button to melee attack, and it's not very practical. So I was kind of bummed because I thought I was gonna fist fight some guys, but it turns out you still use a gun and just melee attack. It's not that good. His special skill is that he becomes really resistant to bullets and attacks, and he becomes stronger. So anyway, you can't take them all, so you have to choose one of them. I took the sniper guy because he's good with pistols, and I love pistols. So then you get out of the bus, and there's like some kind of girl that's like, "Hey, I have blue eyes. Don't worry, I'm gonna fuck up your cam and say some cryptic shit." So then you get out of the bus, and then you meet a robot who's like,
Hi, my name's Claptrap. Now I want you to stay there and not move for 2 minutes. Don't move a muscle.
Well,
Don't move. Okay, we're all set here. Now follow me to the right.
so of course I went to the left, and when you go on top of, I think it's a gas station, like you find some money, you find a new gun, you find some bullets and stuff like that. After that, you follow the robot, and then you get in some kind of town that's getting attacked by some bandits, and you realize it's the guys from the cover. And that's also when it hits you. The guy in the cover is a common enemy. Oh well. Anyway, you kick their ass, and then you meet some kind of like surgeon who's like, "I'm the surgeon!" Ah! And then nothing else happens. And so you take a quest from the guy, and you go somewhere, and then you go back. And you take a quest from the guy, and you go somewhere, and you go back. And take another quest, and you go somewhere, and you go back. And eventually, you meet another guy. It's a blind guy. He's like, "I'm blind!" And then again, nothing happens, and then you take a quest from that guy, and then you go somewhere, and you go back, and you take another quest, and you go somewhere, and you go back, and you take another quest, and you know what I mean. And then eventually, you find some guy, some crazy guy, and you kick his ass, and you find another crazy guy who's named like Bone Smasher or something, and then you smash his bones. And after that, you get a car, and you get make some jump, which I totally missed. And then after that, you find an arena, and you kick some like creature's ass, and then you gotta like find some windmills and turn them off, and then there's some birds and shit like that, and that's pretty much when I stopped playing. Now, if it sounds boring the way I tell the stories, because it is, I don't know why, but I mean, this game has a few elements to make it really good. I mean, the graphics are comic book-like, which I really like. The guns are there's a wide variety of guns, and they're all pretty good in their own way. Some of them just suck, but of course when you get some better guns, the ones you had get outclassed and start sucking. But anyway, and I mean, the enemies you fight are actually kind of interesting. If there's not a wide variety, but it's still good. So why is this game not as good as, say, I mean, let's compare it to other games. Let's compare it to Fallout, Oblivion, and Diablo 2. Because they pretty much follow the same principle. You go somewhere, you complete your quest, and you come back. Yet for some reason in Borderlands it doesn't seem to work. I mean, a few complaints I remember I had is that when I was in a fight and I wanted to heal myself, I had to pause and like take some healing. Now, of course, I realized later I do the exact same thing in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, and yet somehow in these games I don't complain, but in Borderlands I do. And I remember also, as much as I like the graphics, I think the wasteland is really boring. And then I realized again, Fallout is a fucking wasteland as well. And yet, I don't complain in Fallout. Well, no, that's not true. I do complain, but not as much. And also, the type of quests there are, I mean, go somewhere, kill some dudes and come back. I mean, it's the same as even Diablo 2, a game that was extremely successful. I mean, in Diablo 2, it was pretty much like, yeah, go kill Blood Raven, go get some guy's eyes and brain, go get a cube. And yet, in this game, it worked. So what is it about Borderlands that doesn't work? I mean, even the leveling system in Borderlands is good. So what the hell? I'm so confused, honestly. I thought about it. I tried to figure it out because I mean it's been like 4 weeks since I started playing this game and I still can't put my finger on it precisely why I don't like this game as much as I should. I think the main problem I have is that you always go back in the same maps you already visited, and it's always the same maps. I mean, in Oblivion, you can visit everywhere when you do your quest. In Fallout, there's a wide variety of places you can go to, and in Diablo, you just always keep moving and the maps are random all the time. Well, except when you go back to town. But in Borderlands, it seems, I haven't played that much, but it seems you always come back to the same places all the time. And there's another thing, I know it's gonna sound stupid. Just a second, someone's talking to me on Skype. Just a second. Sorry about that. When it's not Steam, it's Skype. Anyway, so where the hell was I? Right, I remember. There's you know the when you want to buy some stuff in this game, you have to find some vending machines, which I thought was a fucking Skype, which I thought was a really good idea. I mean, you go anywhere, you can find a vending machine and buy your stuff. That's pretty funny, and I like the concept. But that also means there's like a lot less interaction with other people. And I know there's a ton of other games where you don't interact with anyone. Like, I mean, Half-Life, you talk to like 5 scientists. But for some reason in Borderlands, I don't think there's enough interaction. Or it's always the same crap. I mean, you talk to the blind guy, he's always gonna say the same 2 lines all the time. I don't know why. I don't know why. Borderlands is the same as other games. And yet, it doesn't. See, this really confuses me. I don't know why. Something inside of me just doesn't like Borderlands as much as I should. So do I recommend the game? Well, I mean, after hearing what I just said, it might sound as a surprise, but yes, I do recommend the game. Just because I didn't like it doesn't mean you shouldn't try it out, because honestly, it has a lot of potential. I guess I'm being a bit unfair because I probably should play more, but I just don't feel like it. I mean, yeah. I never continued playing Superman 64 because that game sucked ass. I don't want to finish it. And anyway, I saw the ending of the game. What a kick in the balls. So anyway, Borderlands, the game that confuses me. If someone can tell me why I don't like this game, just send me a message or something. Alright, see ya.